welcome to the F.A.B Network Houston channel, and we're so glad that you're tuned in today. We are coming from 5613 and a half Alameda, 3rd Ward, Texas, here at the Glamour Style Station. And we are here to bring you the latest in fashion, in beauty tips, trade secrets, and a little bit of tea. First, I'd like to introduce you, however, to our host for today. And starting on my right, I have Mr. Buck Sanchez. Give him a wave, Buck.
Hey, guys.
Miss Raquel Martin to my left here. And of course, to my far left is Miss Linda Cole with the Y. And they're going to give you a little bit of tea about themselves so that you'll feel when you tune in as if you know them personally. Let's start off with you, Buck. Share a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, so my name is Buck Sanchez. I am a creative director based here in Houston, Texas. I've been working in all spectrums of entertainment, but more so in the fashion realm for the last 7 years professionally. That's it so far.
Tell us a little about you, Raquel. Lady Rock.
I am Raquel. I own Lady Rock Makeovers, and I've been doing hair and makeup for over 10 years.
And Miss Linda Cole with the Y.
Howdy everybody, my name is Linda with the Y, not no I. I've been living here in Houston, Madison for the last 31 years. And so far, I get to the rest of that later.
Great, great, great. Now that we understand these wonderful people, I'm sorry, who's sitting here hosting with me, they have so much background, so much information, so much to share with you. But I have a little question for everybody. And my hot tea topic for today, it's tea time, is what are you becoming? What are you becoming? Who would like to start? Okay, I will. Well, I'm Donna Shanklin here, and I'm the owner of Glamour Style Station, as well as the, I guess, the brainchild behind F.A.B Network Houston. And I am becoming, we know where that's coming from, right? Michelle Obama with her great, wonderful book. There are a lot of people out here, a lot of book clubs who are reading Michelle Obama's book. And with that, it gives people an opportunity to have a self-reflection on what you want to be, where you want to go, and what things that you need to personally work on to get there. So as far as what I am becoming more of a marketer, more of a person that understands the need to really promote the cause for medically fragile and chronically ill children. If that means going to council, going to Congress, rewriting some bills and some laws that will better help to educate children when they are sick and what happens to them as they move into more of them graduating from high school and moving on to secondary education. So that's what I'm becoming, just a better champion for that particular cause. What about you, Buck?
So as far as me, with my fashion, I've been using my contemporary works to use it as a new link between culture, past historical events, and our link into the future. So for our children, our entertainers, and people that want to aspire to be someone, this is an opportunity to make history and to see your work become not only recognized, but actually to use it in a more vital way, so that it could stream a total future that we never saw possible, especially for our youth. With my opportunities that I've been blessed with, I'm bringing back the experience of advancement to people that may have never seen this possible.
So Raquel, why don't you share with us what you're becoming?
Okay. So I am Lady Rock. Lady Rock Makeovers is my business, and like I said, I have been doing hair and makeup for over 15 years.
Impressive.
I recently kind of switched gears into going into offering a product more than a service. I'm very interested in creating these wig hats, and that's hair attached to a hat, so you can just put it on for people who lost their hair. I have personally experienced hair loss, so I understand what it can do to a woman's soul. And just to give you a little bit of what I have going on, this is one of the hats, and I'm just gonna quickly show you that
That's
you
nice.
just kind of take it off, and you can just put it on. They all come with the free wig cap. I had it somewhere laying here, but you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Lady Rock Makeovers. The information will be provided. Here we have all different styles, and it's for everyone. I just want every person to feel good from the inside out, especially if you lost your hair due to a tragedy or if it's some kind of sickness, anything like that. I want to make you feel good. I also have my own cosmetic line that I'm starting, Lady Rock Makeovers. I have a Diva glitter palette. As you can see, I was honored to do these ladies' makeup today, and we are actually showing the glitter on their eyelids. So this is some of my products here. I have brush sets, and my goal is to, when you stop by Lady Rock Makeovers, you will be able to, it's like a one-stop shop for you. So here's a contour palette that I also sell. I have lashes, brush sets, and many more things. So just check me out and stay tuned because I'm definitely on the rise.
And Miss Linda Cole with the Y.
Yes,
Talk to us
ma'am.
about what you are becoming.
Well, Miss Cole is becoming, as of 2019, a great force to be reckoned with. You will find me on the music scene. You will find me in some modeling ventures. You will find me in some movies that are coming out this year, later on this summer. My cause that I am actually promoting and working for would be actual suicide prevention. To give you a little background on myself, I did serve 2 tours in Iraq. I am an ex-Marine and an Army veteran. So some of that did come home with me. And it took me a long time to transition back from the soldier life into a civilian life. So I understand what it means when these so-called veterans are forced to be this strong, independent person. And all we're asking for really is just help. So I want to shed some more light on that, to let them know that I can be beautiful and still be broken.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. So guys, you have heard a lot about our hosts here that are here today, and do know that these are some amazing people. And I just had heard a few little tidbits, little secrets that I didn't know about, and I want to talk to Buck and say, Buck, you talked about this international work that you've done. Talk to us a little bit about what that was like from on an international scene when it comes down to fashion and beauty, because I always wonder that, because I already know, all I know about is at home, you know what I'm saying? So share a little bit with us about that international world.
Okay, so honestly, going from showcasing into doing exhibitions, it is nothing like fashion internationally, because on an international scale, they take fashion as almost as serious as we do here in Texas with the oil industry, because it is the lucrative businesses. And fashion, there's no business or genre that we do not tap into as the original base. To go to a school, you have to have uniforms. You all got the guys come to us. To have a sports team, to have those outfits created, you guys got to come to us. But for those fashion realms that we are in, when we are on those stages, everything is high end. Everything as far as time goes, lights, everything has to be increased. So if you're a professional, if you think that you have some type of experience, you have never been tried until you get into an international base. Over there, I've learned that time does matter. So when we're here and we're always like, well, you know, in the fashion world, everyone's a diva, everyone's a fashionista, so it's expected almost to be fashionably late. Over there, they mean business. When you come in, you got to be dressed, and you got to be ready to get on the field and get to work right then and there.
Well, what about size? You know, that's just been a big conversation about how fashion has created this or has promoted so many image issues with women. And I know that we're in the fashion, we're evolving into this more acceptance and understanding that beauty is just, there's no limit.
There's no
fashion, style, there's no limits, there's no age to it. When are we really going to get to the place where we really truly embrace? Because see me, I'm a little short little lady, and I'm waiting for somebody to understand how difficult it is for me to have to go and buy pants, even some shirts that may be too long, they look like dresses. But I mean, when are we going to get to that place where we really think about, everybody type?
I think it's not more so accepting, but recognizing. Because so many times when you're thinking about beauty, you think about what ideally has been put into your mind as beauty. And this new age that we're beginning into, they're going back and they're re-recognizing those people that have been overlooked, those Queen Latifahs, those even Marilyn Monroe. For what she's been ostracized to be, that is not the exact Marilyn Monroe that we as people that actually experienced her at that time. Not me, because I'm kind of young, but she was known to be an actual busty, curvy lady. So now, as of in recent days, out in Mulan, or in Italy, if you will, they have made it a actual rule where they can be no size zeros on the runway. Yeah, so they're
So
beginning
when
to
we're gonna
acknowledge
have some
the curve.
petite, short ladies on the runway?
Well, petite and short has to actually feel beautiful inside before, because so many times when you're on those runways, it's not just that we need this type of person on the everybody should be represented on the
Well,
the
Buck,
runway.
you said earlier about how fashion is in everything. Okay, so there's all types of people that need fashion. From the little people to the short people like me, to the small size zeros that are also short, that need or the tall 6 feet ladies who have a difficult time finding enough fashions that will fit their long legs. When are we going to get to that place?
To get to that
where
new
fashion
place.
says we truly embrace and understand that the designs that we design for will be acceptable, will be seen, will be shown, will be out there for everybody.
Create the new market. You guys, we're moving away from those
That's
big
good.
entities,
That's really
and we're going to smaller fashion houses. We're going to designers. We're going to
Yep.
people, even like we had today, the lady that was presenting her purses. What was her name?
Kisa
again?
Kisa.
Miss Kisa. So Miss Kisa, as people like her, instead of going to Michael Kors and people that don't represent us, let's go to the people that can actually focus on us. There's people that specialize in this realm of fashion for everybody. You just have to go and learn how to reach out to those small
Well, that's
designers.
what we say here at the Glamour Style Station. Not to cut you off, Buck, but that we don't dictate style. We create
Create it.
style.
Yes.
And I feel like many of the retail facilities, we're a small boutique here, Restyle Boutique, but so many of them, they go and they buy, okay, I'm going to buy 10 pairs of this same style. And so what it becomes is when I go in that store, you're dictating to me what fashion is, because you're telling me I purchased this from my eye. I felt like that this was what you should wear, and this is what the trend is, and this is what the fashion is for
Absolutely,
2019. So I'm dictating you because this is what I'm offering to buy.
Shop
This is all I have. My buyer basically is telling you what you should buy. How do y'all feel about that?
That's true.
I have to absolutely agree with that,
Yeah.
because I don't like going into stores and someone's forcing me to take something that I wouldn't wear at my house.
But that's all they have in there. 10 of this, 5 of this, 8 of this, and it's the same thing.
Especially for the bigger size, because I'm in a plus size, so a lot of times they'll probably come with 2 extra large, and they'll be gone first, and you have a lot of mediums and a lot of smalls. So, but I'm kind of creative, so I like to kind of put a little twist on my own thing.
With a little style to it. Awesome. I'm so glad that you guys feel like I feel, because sometimes I feel like I'm just out there with my thought process, and as it relates to what fashion should and should not be. What about, when are we going to get to the place also where, as far as economically, because I know plus size women oftentimes have to spend so much more
That's true.
for their fashion. I mean, when are we going to deal with that?
Well, I debate about it because honestly, I consider the fact that plus size women should not be discriminated against, and it's
Exactly.
not more so discriminatory. It is just based on the fact that materials are not cheap. So when we're ideally going for those smaller sizes, especially in the world of runway, that is usually why. If you're marketing things or you're campaigning some new look that you just got out for an upcoming season, you want to make it sure that you have already sold buyers, or else you're making it marketable for the eye. And typically that's what we go for, those sleek looks, not just because of the beauty standard, but because of the inexpensiveness of those looks. You guys, especially.
So is it more about
That makes
the
sense.
quality of the material, or are we talking about the amount of material that it would cost to cover? Is that, what are we talking about when
I
we
think
talk about
both.
I
cost?
think he's more so talking about the material it takes to actually make the clothing. Really, because when you go and you outsource yourself, you go to these different countries to go pick your material or to go pick a certain silk, they're going to charge you off of their rates. Now, you can either go very, very cheap and have poor quality, or you're going to care about the person that's buying your clothes and you want that fashion to last.
But she just said when she went into, say, I'm not gonna say their names in any particular stores, but to go in and they'll have two of that. That may cost $29.50 per se for that blouse, and even the small cost $29.50 for that blouse.
Ooh.
So if they only making two of them, so how is it? Can we say that we're gonna charge more? You know, if it's a specialty shop for plus size, their tops and stuff are more expensive. I ain't gonna say any names again, but they're more expensive than if I went and I got it the same style blouse at a particular store. But again, they only had two of them, so they're gone. So then you end up going to the plus size shop. That's the retail has been. So how economically, how does that fit in with what
I think it's
happening?
honestly supply and demand. Supply and demand. That's how the world of inflation works, and that's how American is kind of being ran. They see that there's a demand and there's a shortage, so they hit it. They target because they know these women want to feel nice, they want to feel beautiful, and they want to feel just as equally accepted.
But I know some nice plus size women that can really, really dress.
Oh yeah. And it's all about confidence. That's what I believe.
That's true.
You can be
Awesome.
Without being so conservative, because that is becoming an issue for me. Just to see where the styles have been trimmed down, and some plus size women do not care to actually shop anymore, just based on the fact that the styles are more aged or else vintage like, as opposed to what is currently trending.
Well, guys, that's what we're here for. Fab Network, to bring it out, to talk about it, to express what we see, what we feel, and how we can hopefully make it better. You guys stay tuned to what we have in store for you. Don't go away. Hey guys, welcome back to Fab Network Houston. We're here with Miss Keisa. Keisa, as we stated earlier, she was going to be in the house as our guest here at this segment. Keep in mind that we are here all about the cause for children who are chronically ill and medically fragile. Keisa, I'm just so excited and so happy that you're here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I am so excited as well. I just want to know what inspired you to design the purses that you designed. Give us a little bit of your story.
It was actually an accident. I am currently a student studying fashion. I started out in fashion design first and quickly failed two of my first classes in sewing. So my professor came to me and said, hey, I think you got something, you got an eye for something, don't stop here, maybe you should change your major over to fashion merchandising. So I said okay, but I saw on the roster that there was a handbag class. So I said, you know what, I'm going to take a handbag class because I love handbags.
Everybody does.
I will buy a purse before I buy shoes. And so I was so excited to take the handbag class. So I took an existing pattern that was already there that the students had to make, and I tweaked it. I made it larger, I took away some things, I added some things, and I turned in my project. And my professor said, I need to see you after class. And I was so nervous, my heart was pumping. I was like, oh my goodness, I have really messed this pattern up. He's gonna tell me to redo it. He called me and he said, you know what, you got something here.
Wow.
He said, you need to produce these bags and sell them. And I was like, yeah, nobody's gonna wanna buy these bags. He said, no, I'm serious.
Wow.
Get a piece of paper, call this person, look up this, do this, do this. And that's how it started.
That's how it began. How long ago was that? When did you?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yes.
Wow.
And I happened to be having dinner with one of my friends that was going to write an article about me for her blog. And so I had all my purses laid out on the table, and we're looking at them, and she's loving them, and she goes, Keisa, these are your sales. And I was like, yes, girl, I got my retail price, I got my wholesale price.
Wow, that's deep.
And she's like, no, not SALE, CELL.
Wow.
And it's like bells and whistles went off in my head. I had no idea why I was so drawn to that circle and that shape.
Wow,
Yes.
wow, awesome. Yeah, so when I saw your bags, and we have some of them here, I'm going to reach over and just pick one up. In fact, that kind of matches what I have on a little bit. I like that.
It's cute.
So to give us a little bit example of that shape and
Okay.
explain the shape. When you said your cells,
My cells,
what do you
yes.
mean by your cells?
So,
Because we all have cells, but you said my
Yes,
cells.
my cells. I was born with a disease called sickle cell anemia.
Mm-hmm,
And so my cells represent this bag. So when it's open fully, it's a normal red blood cell. But when you close it, it's in the shape of a sickle.
Sickle.
So my cells look like this sickle,
Right.
and your cells are normally shaped like that. So just think how you would make it through your day with just half of a sickle cell.
Right.
So that's what I go through every single day. It affects more than 100,000 people a year. And my sister, my older sister, actually had the disease, and she passed away at 33 from the
33 years
disease.
of age. Oh, wow.
Yes.
That is just so amazing that, you know, you had that inspiration, not even understanding at the time that that's where it was drawn from. And that's why your story is so powerful, because we know there are many people out here that are suffering from chronic illness such as sickle cell. And I know there's currently some new research out there about
There
sickle
is.
cell, where they're actually using the same procedures with bone marrow
Absolutely.
that they do with cancer patients.
Yes.
So they're now matching individuals that have the same bone marrow, replacing the bone marrow so that you produce a non-sickle cell.
Yes,
Wow, that's
yes.
deep. And I've met quite a few children that have been, that has been quite successful for them. And I know they do it at Texas Children's Hospital.
Yes, I know growing up it was very difficult for me. There was not a lot of research out
Right.
there. There was not a lot of treatment out there.
Right.
But my parents and my family made sure to tell me every day, you can do whatever you want to do. You can go wherever you want to go. If you get sick, you get sick. It's okay. You know, you just have to be positive, which I think has given me an insight of why I think I've lived so long, because my pediatrician told my mom, make her 5th birthday the best birthday you can, because she's not going to live past 5. My mom picked me up off the examining room table and said, you must not know who my God is.
Come on now.
And so, and the life expectancy for a woman with the disease is mid-40.
Mid-40.
So I'm way past that. So
Wow.
I feel really blessed.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that I bring awareness to the disease,
Education.
one bag
Right,
at a time.
Awesome. And that's what, you know, that's the purpose of why we're here, why we even have the F.A.B network.
Yes.
To talk about how fashion and beauty helps to promote that cause for children who are chronically ill, medically fragile. And as you know, our proceeds, that if there's anything that's purchased, whether it be the Keesa's bag for this famous designer, anyone here, anything here at the Glamour Style Station, is to benefit some enrichment. Because what happens to education for children who are hospitalized? What happened for you in your story during your times when you weren't at your best?
Yes.
What did that look like for you as far as your education was concerned?
I struggled a lot. I missed a lot of days from school. I can say that, you know, I was the only child with sickle cell anemia in my whole school, so the administrators just didn't know how to deal with me. But luckily, I had a father who was a teacher. So he went to bat for me, you know, to get my homework in the hospital. He would help me with my work as well in the hospital. So I had that support, but you know, the administrators were not behind me 100%, not knowing what the disease was and how
Not
it was
understanding.
treated, you know. So I'm very blessed that I had a father
Right.
that was an educator that could
That's
help
awesome.
me.
Do you know research shows that children who are going through chronic illness or that are medically fragile, they don't graduate from high school. They don't go on to college.
Exactly.
Because we forget that they don't have that connectedness. And so it's important to have, like you said, you had a teacher in the family. And just so many children, however, if their parents are not connected to someone or something, like you said, that's pushing or
Yes.
supporting them, they end up falling somewhat behind.
Yes, my sister that passed away from disease, did not graduate high school. She ended up, well, she didn't walk. So she didn't walk the ceremony, but she did eventually graduate high school because she was homeschooled. And that was a goal for me. So I make myself little bitty goals. So while in high school, I said, God, just please let me not be homeschooled. Just let me walk with my class, please. And I was able to walk with my class, yes.
So Keisha, what inspiration or what words of encouragement can you give to those families, to those children that are suffering with chronic illness or who are medically fragile?
This is what I tell myself that gets me through the day every day. It could be worse. That's my motto. I'm my own cheerleader. I have to pump myself up. Nobody else is going to do it. So I just remind myself, you know what, Keisha? It could be worse. It could be worse. Just make it through this next 30 minutes. If it's get to that point, break your days down in 30-minute increments. God, just let me get through this next 30 minutes. Just let me get through this. It's just, you know how some people say take it one day at a time? Sometimes a day that's a long time. 24 hours. So just chop it up into little bitty segments. And it may be, God, get me through this next minute. It's something that I dealt with before. Just let me get through this minute and I'll be okay.
Amen. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, guys, don't forget Keisha Fashions, Instagram, Keisha. Correct?
Keisha Fashion.
Keisha Fashion. KISA Fashion. And you guys cannot miss these wonderful bags. And do you want to share with our audience the cost of your bags and how other ways that they can get your bag?
Yes, the large one, which is a 16-inch, is $95. They're all handmade. All the materials are sourced right here in Houston.
Wow.
So everything in this bag is sourced right here from Houston. And I'm also at Social Graces Social Club downtown, which is in Green Street, which is right across from McCormick and Smith. But you can also find me on my website, which is www.keisafashion.com.
Well, we thank you so much for sharing your story here on the F.A.B Network. And you guys hang on in there with us. We have more to come. Okay, guys, you're here for our segment here at the F.A.B Network, which is going to share with you those fashion tips you've been waiting on. And of course, we have our internationally known stylist, creative director, Mr. Buck Sanchez, and Linda Cole, who'll be showing off those wonderful fashions.
Okay, guys, so all these looks will be provided only here at the Glam Style Station is where you can find these cool looks. Our first look is going to be a vintage classic jean look. So we will start off with our pieces here, imported especially by our new and favorite designer, Keisha. And we have our new piece, the Jean Glove Love. This purse is especially made by her, handcrafted. And I want to help you guys know about the look that you guys see. From top on down, we have this all being provided from a special designer, JS by Jessica. And the looks that you can see here are all made for a more spring to summer transitional phase. So something that is not too hot, something that is breezy, and something that is still fun. You can find this look here at the Glam Style Station again. Okay guys, so here for our second look we have Vintage Beach. We wanted to bring our runway model right off of the 1950s runway. And here we have a look that can only be purchased here at the Glamorous Style Station. And this is a way to shop with a cause. You guys, this look is also still being accessorized by our specially handcrafted bags from Miss Keisha. Thank you, Miss Linda. Okay guys, so for our third and final look, we want to take this from the runway also to go out and play. So for our summer fun, we want to call this the Midnight Run. This look can go easily from a cocktail party to a quick transition to the club life with a easy breakdown of just losing your accessories or maybe even keeping the accessories. But let's drop our top and show you the new look. Again, this entire vintage look can be found here only at the Glamorous Style Station. And these handcrafted bags can only be purchased by Miss Kisa Kisa. Easily at night, and it's time to go out, and you've had your day's worth of fun, and you've been contoured out all day and night. This is the time to unwind, okay? Summertime. Only at Glamorous Style Station. Thank you guys.
All right, guys, we're here at the close of our show today, and we just wanted to make sure you were aware of our wonderful guest and some of the things that she offered brought to the segment today. Miss Kisa Kisa, share one more time a little bit about those fantastic bags you have there.
Well, my bags have also been known as the sickle cell bag. So I'm trying to bring awareness, well, I am bringing awareness to sickle cell disease one clutch at a time.
What do you think, Bob?
I think that is the way to do fashion with a cause. When we were talking about, shopping small for those big reasonings or big events, this is one of those big things that you want to have on your shoulder. When someone stops and they're like, hey, where did you get that beautiful purse? Not only did I get it from Miss Kisa Kisa, but let me tell you why and where those benefits are going.
Yeah, awesome.
That's beautiful.
Lady Rock
I love it, and I'm definitely gonna support.
Thank you.
and Miss Linda.
I love the fact that these purses are handmade to guarantee the quality of these purses. They're meant to last. They're durable. They're fashionable. Can I have one?
Absolutely, yes. You can have one.
Yes.
Because I know you're going to rock it.
Yes.
Yes.
But thank you guys for tuning in today. We are at the end of our show for today. We really hate to go and leave you guys, but we want to remind you that we are here for a purpose. Fashion, beauty, network, Houston, better known as F.A.B. We're here simply to educate you, provide you tips on fashion, education, all for a cause. And that is to support children who are chronically ill, medically fragile. And we're here at 5613 and a half Alameda, 3rd Ward, Houston, Texas. Peace out.
Deuces.